Hey there, my name is Sagar. Welcome to part two of this book called Boss Moves by Myron Golden. And if you have not watched yesterday, then go and watch it. That is all about how to make high ticket offer and sales. And today is all about speed learning like a boss. And the faster you learn, the faster you earn. So I'm just referring to this book, the reason being something I want to give you all the golden nuggets over here that I found. Okay. I will highly recommend you to go and take this book because something golden nuggets for me might not be for you or something I missed that you should refer, but I'm trying to share best possible from this book. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I'd like to share, whenever you try to learn and you find overwhelmed with all information, right? But how you can make it work, how you can implement and you get results. So he's talking about that. Think of learning as a game with levels, right? There is a levels, and he talked about do not learn the things just to learn the things. So here, in other words, he's mentioning over here, I'm learning about a thing so that I can learn to do the things and so that I can then do the things. So what I can uh, take from this particular line is not just learn to learn the things, learn to do the things. So when you try to learn to do the things, that's where you get motivation. Even if you're reading books, you will not get completing it. It is because you are not attaching something that how you can go and implement from this book. I'm reading, as I mentioned, that this is the most expensive book I'm currently reading, but my goal is to complete it and take the best learning and implement it. At least I can make maximum high ticket sales. That is something I had in my mind because when I saw some of other people are sharing, that's how I bought this. And the context I just shared, this is book is not something like any other book, right? So definitely I paid like 10x money what I used to pay for other books. The reason being I paid because I want to implement, not just reading to learn something. But that was the learning method I did during my education journey. Here I am learning to do the things. I'm learning here. I'm going implementing here. Also sharing, that is also doing something. Okay. Okay. So that is something I would suggest. If you really wanted to learn the things, not just to learn the things, try to do the things. Okay. The next step he's talking about learning is the levels of the levels of learning. How I'll share something. Okay, see here like so he's here something like learning is a it's kind of elevator, right? So when you see you want to reach the hundreds stair, right? And when you see from outside that you see, okay, it is like you have to reach to hundreds uh, uh, stair. How you will reach, you will be getting overwhelmed, but the thing is you have to go out to step by step. Level one, maybe you will learn to uh, like let's take an example of your business. You need to learn about the sales, then you go to learn about the marketing, then you go to learn about the team building. That is something, the process of in that process, how you can learn faster. Okay, how you can learn faster, that he mentioning something to you have or to eliminate, to elevate. So what all those things you need to eliminate, right? There is something he mentioned that I once read, the sacrifice is not giving up something that you desire. Sacrifice is something letting go of something lower in nature, right? So you can take hold of something of higher nature. I wish I could. Okay. He was mentioning about sacrifice is not something to completely letting go. Something you need to uh, letting go of something that is lower in nature. So first is conflict. So whenever you're trying to learn something, there is always the internal conflict is there. So you need to eliminate that. So internal conflict usually manifests itself as a resistance. Okay. So it can be overwhelmed. So just he mentioned this like understand the overwhelm is not the sign that you should quit. Okay. Overwhelm is a sign that you are about to leveling up. Okay. You are getting ready to get to the another level. right? So whenever, but my experience is, whenever I try to learn something new, I got resistance, I got something like overwhelmed, that's perfectly fine. But when I try to get more inside of it, even when I try to learn some courses, new thing, I get overwhelmed. But the thing is, when I try to rewatch again that course, then I say, okay, I get more clarity. Right. I remember when I launched my coaching program back in September 2021. From the last, like before 2 3 months, I was completely overwhelmed, like finding a perfect niche. Then I understand, no, I have to like pick one, then start working on it. That is the what he was also talking about. We have to go step by step, not just doing all of the things at one place. So that's the my learning, my experience all about it. Like, also he mentioned, do you realize that there are things in your life right now that you think too hard for you, right, to do? But the truth is, the only reasons you are think it is too hard because you have not properly learned how to do it. So similarly, I got overwhelmed because I did not know how to do it. Now finding a niche, it's very easy process for me. Even if I want to change some niche, I'll definitely pick very fast because I learned the process how to pick it up, right? But similarly, whenever you try to do something new, it's okay, but you try to remove all the internal conflicts like overwhelm and all. Right? You may be doing a lot of things in your business, and those things may not be working, right? That's because you have not mastered the lowest level of some of those things. He's giving an example over here that the marketing, about the sales. So sometimes the basic principle of sales, by asking the right question to the prospect, understanding their pain points. The sale is not just about just convincing someone to buy. First, to let's understand the problem of your audience. So, so that is something we have not mastered. Like we have not learned that process. So we have to learn the level of those things. Then only we can see there is a like something. It gets easy for you. Then he talks about something that instead of moving really fast and accomplishing nothing, it's better to take time and truly master one thing at a time. Like if you want to master skills, first try to learn how to ask the right question, right? And something, the next elimination process he talked about, the cultural indoctrinations. So most of the times people actually stuck with the news, the like the movies, televisions, something that you cannot control, right? Like it is completely out of control. He's talking about that. I better two questions for you that if you cannot fix what's going on in your world, how can you fix what's going outside the world about the news and all things? So he's talking about stop watching news and reading newspaper because you cannot control this, and there are a lot of things negative going inside the newspaper, right? So that is the one thing. Next, to eliminate those. So these are the eliminate process I'm talking about to learn more faster and moving and get more success. Eliminate minute. So here he talks about if you figured out like a lot of people um, stuck with the question, okay, they got something from the news, and what they do is they say, okay, why that person died? It's okay, you need to know about it, but that is something he mentioned that you got to eliminate the things that is minor in relation how to take your life to the another level, right? If some celebrity died, it's okay to have that affection, but the thing is mentioning how it is going to help you to take your business to next level. So as soon as you have to move out from that zone from very fast. So those are the minute things that you need to take care of. You should stop your creative energy on the things that you cannot control. Okay, so that is what he talks about to eliminate. Another thing he talks about eliminate of confusions, right? To it is more about having a right clarity, right? So he talks about finish what you start before you start something new. Most of the times we just keep on starting new things, but finishing off something, that is something we need to work on. The next chapter, it talks about incremental mastery to effortlessness. Okay. So here he talks about modeling success. You want to model three things from a person who has achieved the level of success you want to achieve. First, you need to model their belief system. Second, you need to model their psychology, right? Uh, Third thing that you need to model their mental syntax, the order in which they fire off messages in their brain, right? That is something. So when you desire to learn a new thing, you have got to trust the person belief system that you are modeling more than you trust in your own belief system. Because if someone got success, you don't have to like put your head into it. Like definitely you need to uh, follow the path. If you like, what I always believe it is, if my mentor achieved something that is something I wanted to achieve, I got to surrender to that mentor. That is something my learning from my journey. Then only we can make it best. Okay. The next thing that he talks about, that is very cool thing that I really like about is partnership purpose and priorities. Like you need to work on partnership. To give an example of Russell Brunson, right? Russell Brunson actually he partnered with Todd, and Todd is super uh, about developing the ClickFunnels software itself, right? So similarly, he also given an example of Steve Wozniak, how Steve Wozniak in his team to make it best company in the world, right? So business, he talks about, let's suppose, if you want to have right business, then you should add the education into it. First, make your main thing your backend, and then create an information product for the front end. It will change your game for you, right? And yeah, so you be that Steve Wozniak, let partner play the part of Steve Jobs. That is, he was talking about the partnership, right? And stop selling your service and partner with somebody who could help you to take the things up to $100 million. That's what I would do, right? And I give an example of that. I would rather have 50% of watermelon than 100% of a grape. That actually changed my perspective of looking at how partnership works. And if one person can make $1,000, then two-person can make $10,000, right? And as soon as I saw that, like he has given example of the calculation, right? That is what being a real partnership, right? And he has also given example about the partnership that you may one of those people who doesn't want to give up at least 30 to 50%. But most successful companies in America in history willing to give up 70%. That is huge, right? That's why they are successful, because they want like 50% of watermelon rather than 100% of the grape. That is like super cool thing that I personally learned from this book. Then he talk about how you can leverage other people by hiring a good team. And he talks about hiring a good team so that they can help you to fill that gap. Okay. And live a simple life, he mentioned. You don't need Lamborghini and Rolls Royce, or you don't need Mercedes. So the first objective of your business to take to win first, right? Put your business in a place where your business cannot lose. Okay, then get your all the toys and toys from your overflow, right? So first you need to win your business. The last thing, sorry, we talk about lifestyle, right? Do something to reward yourself, not just wait for something I'll do once I will win. Even I talk about, I can relate to the like the book I read few months before. It is like 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. That you should learn, like read that book. It actually changed perspective how I should look my lives. He talks about that rather than taking like your retirement after 60 years of your life, it's better to take mini retirement every single day. That's called actually pure lifestyle, right? So that is like something change the perspective how I should look at lifestyle. Okay. So do something you love, like I love to play cricket. I something maybe you love to do you have a hobby. So that is you should keep doing it. That's how you build that energy and you take the energy to the next level of your business. Right? So he talks about people waste whole time to trying to do a lot of things and beat up money. So now the thing is, he talks about time is not money. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. Okay. Wealth has needed for speed. The last thing he mentioned in this section that legacy. So what is legacy? Just to end, legacy is about not making the next generations start over from scratch. That is what I learned. If you really like this learning of the second section, I'll talk about the third section tomorrow. And if you really like the value of this book, I'd highly recommend go and grab it. I'll share the link below in the description box. And also share what is your one key learning from this book. And I'd like to learn and also do, please do like and subscribe to this channel and share with this content if you really found valuable. And till tomorrow, bye, take care.